This is the Spec5 Relay, which is a Meshtastic device with what I assume is quite the high gain antenna for 900 megahertz right here. This is the whole thing put together. 12-watt solar panel on the back here. You got a little tag on the back that says 12-watt solar panel. Comes in, you know, ready to assemble. I assembled, it took me like 10 minutes to assemble this and put the antenna on here and connect the coax. This coax that comes with it is probably fine, but today's video sponsor is ABR coax. ABR coax that's made in the USA, and you can always save a 10% discount on all of ABR accessories with the coupon code of ABR10KC5HWB. I bet you didn't think ABR coax would be a sponsor of Meshtastic video, right? Well, how about going into their nifty coax builder on their website and replacing this piece of coax here with an SMA male on one end and a BNC female on the other end, and putting some higher grade quality coax on it. So we're gonna do that as our next step. But today, I put this thing together. I've been letting it run for about 2 days at the time of this recording. It's showing up fine. I've been letting it sit on my outside table on the deck of the beach house. We're in the beach house today. This is not my ham shack, in case you hadn't noticed. So we're at the beach house today in Galveston. I've been wanting to put this up because, quite frankly, the last time I was down here, I drove up and down the island a couple of times with my Meshtastic node on the top of my truck, and I saw nothing. I saw nothing at all. Now, the good news is that this time, I've been here for about 4 days at the time of this recording, and on this trip, I've been seeing nodes again. 3 of the nodes are mine. I've got one in my truck, this one's been online, and I've got my pocket node, which is right here, my little SensiCap T1000 Echo from Seed Studios. So I've got my pocket node that I carry with me everywhere, got one in the truck. We're gonna be upgrading the truck soon. This one's gonna go at the beach house in Galveston and stay here. It's gonna stay here permanently. I'm gonna point the solar panel towards the sun. Hopefully it'll run indefinitely. That'll be an experiment for another video later on to see when I come back down here, probably in about a month for Winter Field Day, to see what kind of nodes it's picked up and if it's still online and how well it's working. So let's check this out. I'll put a screenshot here of what the board looks like. This is a RAK wireless, RAK wireless board that's in this unit here. It's all put together and ready to go inside of here. And then all you gotta do is put the antenna and the solar panel, attach them and bolt them down and tighten them down. One thing I do not like about this system at all. Now, this may not affect you depending on what your area is. It comes with these radiator clamps. And these are probably fine in a normal environment, but down here on the beach, right next to the coast, right next to the salt water, any metal you put outside will rust in 6 to 12 months. These would be dust in about 6 months. These are thin, probably just cheapy radiator hose clamps that you put around. You're gonna put this around a pipe here and put the hose clamps through here. I'm not gonna use those at all. I'm going to get some zip ties, some heavy duty zip ties. I'm gonna zip tie this thing up and cut the ends off, and that's where it's gonna stay. And well, also, this is metal right here that holds the antenna on. Of course, the coax connectors are metal. There's metal screws in the side. Most of this is plastic. This arm here is metal. This part's metal, this part's metal. This box here on the side, this is plastic, so I'm not worried about it, but the screws in it are metal. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some spray paint, just some clear coat spray paint, and lightly touch all the metal pieces on this device to help it last longer. Kind of like clear coating a fiberglass antenna before you put it in the air and leave it for several years. So we're gonna do that to this today, and we're gonna see how it looks down here on the beach. Back in the truck. So the first part of that video that you just watched was recorded 2 or 3 weeks ago. I tried to mount the relay, the Meshtastic node, to that pipe. It was on top of my pergola, but it was rusted out, and I didn't have a ladder tall enough to get all the way up on the pergola, plus the pipe was rusted out. So we're gonna go to Home Depot today, and we're gonna get a whole new pipe, and we're going to mount this today, and then we're gonna do some range testing with it. I have a rudimentary node in the truck right now. It is hanging right, I wonder if you can see it behind me. It's hanging right there. The yellow and blue node. Just got a Heltec V2 in it, and I have an external antenna running, mag mount, 950 megahertz antenna running on top of the truck. And there's probably a lot of loss in that because it's got like a 6 or 8 foot piece of coax attached to that mag mount that's coming off and connected to the node inside the truck. It does work. That's KC5HWB F250. That's my truck node right there. And then the one below it, the KC5 HWB Galveston Relay, that's the one we're installing today. It's currently sitting on the picnic table on my patio. Solar panel is just laying down on its side, pointed towards the sun. Additionally, since it's laying on its side, the antenna is laying almost horizontally instead of vertically. So it's incorrectly polarized for the transmission types that we need. It needs to be vertically polarized. You can run it like that. You can run it horizontally polarized. It's just not going to be as efficient if you run it vertically polarized for the types of transmissions that we need. There's more to that. If you don't understand radio, there's lots of videos on this channel about that. But we're going to go today and get that. But I mean, it's working. It's been working. I put it away in the closet and locked away in the closet after that last part of the video. I took it out of the closet, set it on the table, pointed it towards the sun the other day, and it's been running for about 3 or 4 days at the time of this part of the video because it's working just fine. I just need to get it up higher and get it vertically polarized and get the solar panel pointed more directly at the sun. And that's the object of today. Parked here at the Home Depot. This is the only home improvement store on the island. There's not a Lowe's here. There's not a True Value. You know, there might be a True Value somewhere downtown that's like a little family-owned shop or some sort of little hardware store, but for the most part, the Home Depot is the only thing here. So Home Depot's fine. I go to Lowe's at home mostly because it's closest to my house. Not because I have any special love for Lowe's over Home Depot or something, I don't really care, but here we're going to Home Depot. All right, the first stop is gonna be the zip ties because, like I said in the beginning, those are huge. Sheesh, 17 inches. Okay, well, that is what it is, I guess. Because we don't want to put them up with those really crummy stainless steel radiator clamps, and those things will be rust city in like 6 months. So much better option here. Now this galvanized steel supposedly is rust proof, but it's not. Most of the bolts and the screws I put on my fence are galvanized, and guess what? It's already rusted. I think that's probably what I need right there. That's probably tall enough. Pergola is probably 20 feet in the air or something like that. That one's 12 inches. Got a flange base right there, and I got a cap for the top because without that, you're going to get rainwater inside of it, and it's going to rust from the inside out as well as the outside. It's going to rust anyway. There's no avoiding that, but might as well mitigate it as long as possible. Those of you who might have asked about some of the videos of my truck with radio rack that I built it out of this stuff. This is galvanized, and I used steel, but then I painted it, and I configured it the way I wanted to. I'm going to make a change to it soon, so watch for a video on that upcoming as well.
Choose your payment type.
All right, we got all that. And go get some lunch. Probably might stop by the local cigar shop that has become one of my favorite places to go around here. And then we're gonna head back to the house, and I'm going to put this thing up and then do a range test on it later because I can send it a direct message, and if I get the checkbox in the cloud icon on the Meshtastic software, that means the message was received. I can also just send a message in long fast and see if it, and then come back to the house, just type a message in long fast saying 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles, whatever, and then come back to the house and see how many of those are in the long fast inbox of the relay node. So there's a couple different ways to do it there, and might do that. All right, I got this thing hung up on the roof, and you can see it right there. I'll go look at it in a second. I actually went back to Home Depot and got some larger pipe, and I got a barrel connector to go in the middle of the pipe for the mount on the Spec5 Relay for the mount to set on. I've got my pocket node here. This is a Seed Studios T1000 Echo. This is what I carry in my pocket. I clip this to my belt loop and I put this in my pocket, and this is the Meshtastic device that I carry with me every day. And I'm going to show you on the screen here. We've got the KC5 HWB pocket on the screen right there. And then NU5M, that's the good APRSI gate that's in town, but he also has some Meshtastic nodes up, so cool. And then the fourth one down there is the KC5 HWB Galveston Relay, and that is that dude right there. We saw it 18 minutes ago. I'm gonna send it a message, direct message test. Let's see, and we can see the checkbox in this screenshot here. On the far right side of the test message, there's a checkbox. And now if we go back to nodes here, now the Galveston Relay is the second one we see, and it says it's synced with it just now. So it is working, it's online. I'll show you what it looks like up on top of the roof here. So we're up right now. Probably, this deck is probably like 8 or 9 feet off the ground, something like that. And there's the backyard there. See if I can climb up here without falling off this ladder. And the wood on top of this pergola needs to be replaced because it's been up here a while and it gets weathered pretty good. So this is the relay here. I've got the dish pointed basically that way. That's kind of like pointing south. It's not due south, it's a little bit southeast, but you can see the sun right now is over there, that part of the sky. When the sun comes up in the morning, it'll be over there in that part of the sky. So it kind of moves from east to west. Actually, it's pointed a little southwest, I should say. Not southeast, it's pointed more southwest, but it's almost due south. And I can adjust this right here if I wanted to. It's a 12-watt solar panel. You can see right here, I can loosen these screws and adjust this. This is where the RAK board is for the Meshtastic radio. And then of course we've got this antenna that's up here. And this is the antenna that the Spec5 Relay comes with. I mounted it, I told in the earlier part of the video, I said I didn't want to use those really cheap looking to me stainless steel radiator style clamps. So we put zip ties on it. The zip ties will probably outlast everything in this whole setup. This will eventually rust right here. These bolts and nuts will eventually rust. I might put a dab of spray paint or something on these just for the heck of it, but that's the relay radio. That's the Meshtastic Relay radio, and it's gonna stay here in Galveston for the foreseeable future. I'm wondering if the next time a big storm comes through, if it's gonna rip it off of here. It's not top, it's on here really good. It's bolted down, but with the wind out here, I mean, you never can tell. So we're gonna do some, I'm gonna get in the truck, we're gonna get on the, I'm gonna fire up the RFinder tablet, show you what it looks like on the screen for my F250 node, and then we're gonna drive down to probably like the state park, which is that direction, it's west of here, and we're gonna see what it looks like and how far we can send a message to it. All right, I stopped at the first point, which I think is probably about 2 miles away. Straight shot down the beach. That direction is where the house is. Now, my house is not this row of houses, it's the second row that way. Okay, and we're right here at the entrance of Galveston Island State Park. We've done a lot of POTA activations from this spot right here. If you look at Google Maps, this entire road and this whole area right here is actually inside the park. They put the pylon boundaries here. I think, in my opinion, the reason they put those there inside of the park, inside of the boundary, is because if they put them over there, then they'd have people driving down the beach all the time inside the state park. And they don't want you to do that. It's prohibited, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we're probably about 2 miles that direction. And we're going to look at the KC5 HWB Galveston Relay. That's where we're at right now. It saw this, I've got the F250 running here. That's the node in the truck. The pocket is in my pocket, of course. And the relay station, it says it saw 43 minutes ago. Hardware is the RAK WisBlock. Okay, yeah, so let's just try to send a direct message and see what happens. Direct message, test from, let's just put test 1. Did that? Oh yeah, there it is, okay. It didn't show up. Okay, sent, test 1. And now we're gonna look and see if the checkbox comes up. Okay, I got a line through the cloud, so the checkbox did not come up. So we're not able to hit it from here. I was really kind of hoping we'd hit it from here, honestly, because it's up high enough. But as I said at the beginning of the video, this node right here, this is just an old Heltec V2 node is what that is. It's got its own battery, but I have it plugged into a longer lasting battery. And it's running on this antenna right here, okay? This little guy right here, some rust on it. Now, this has been up here for probably a year or so. Now, that's a great antenna, there's nothing wrong with it, but since it's got the coax running to it, it's probably got, I don't know, 6 or 8 feet of coax coming off the mag mount antenna, and it's running into the low power Meshtastic node. I assume the loss rate is probably quite high at 915 megahertz, and it's probably putting out tens of milliwatts instead of like a couple hundred milliwatts. So it is quite limited in that regard, but you know, you work with what you can. So, okay, let's drive back closer because I was really hoping we could get farther than that. Actually, I'm gonna try one more node. Get the glare out of the screen there. Okay, success. Test 2 from my phone here, and that's the checkbox in the flag, and I am connected to my KC5 HWB pocket, and I sent a direct message to the Galveston Relay. Now, why is the pocket working better than the truck node? Because I set up this RM2. You see the second one on the list there, RM2? That's this guy. Now, I haven't made a video about this yet, but I'm working on that too. This node right here, this AT-Labs RM2, is a hardened Meshtastic device that has full ATAC support. This thing is freaking killer. It's got an incredible range on it. I don't know exactly what radio's in it, and I'm not sure it's one of the 1-watt radios or not, but it's got an excellent range on that thing. So more to come on that later. That's not what we're talking about today. But I was able to use my pocket node, and of course these all mesh together. I used the pocket node, which my Android app is connect to, and I sent test 2 and it as a direct message to the relay, and it bounced off the RM2 and it hit the relay. So now we're gonna drive farther down the road. All right, got to the state park. where we're at right now, sitting here on the beach side. I'm gonna go to the bay side here in a minute. I was connected to my Pocket node and I sent a test which was successful. And then I connected directly to this RM2 node. Now this is sitting in the side seat over here, right? And I wanted to make sure that my checkbox I was getting was not because the first node was seeing it. I wanted to make sure, even though I'm sending a direct message, in my mind, that should mean that the checkbox means that node is seeing it. So I'm sending a direct message. So I'm connected to the RM2, the AtLabs RM2 device right here, sitting in my front seat, not even outside the cab. And I sent test 4 and I got a checkbox there. So it's seeing it from there. Now this might be an unfair test. This is quite the powerful node right here. This thing's cool. I'm gonna have this at Hamcation, guys. Come up and look at it if you want to. But I'm able to bounce, I'm able to mesh off of my Pocket node because it's a mesh network. So they form a mesh together and it's self-healing. And I'm able to bounce off of my Pocket node to the RM2 and hit the relay that we're probably about 3 to 4 miles from right now. Between 3 and 4 miles, I would guess, as the crow flies. Okay, I'm gonna do one more test and that's probably gonna be it. I could drive around the whole island and test it, and I probably will eventually, but I don't wanna do that in this video. This is, again, Galveston Island State Park. A lot of the POTA videos that I do will activate underneath one of these covered picnic tables here sometimes, okay? And the other place that I've activated many times is on the bay side over there. I'm gonna drive over to the bay side, which is on the other side of the Farm to Market Road, the highway, the main drag through town. That's my favorite spot. And we're sort of in line of sight with it down the beach right now. So I'm gonna go over here and see what kind of results we get from that area. Okay, I'm parked in my favorite spot to activate Galveston Island State Park. I've done many videos from this spot here. And we're back on the truck node. This is my truck node, my KC5 HWB F250, and I already sent a message and it's working. The RM node is in the seat there. It's still on the inside of the truck, so we put it on the outside. We're gonna get even better range. We go to the relay here, go to direct message. This test 5, I just sent that. I send another one, test 6, send. And if we look right there, we see a checkbox on the cloud right there. So that is successful. So we are successfully hitting my relay node, put up at the house, probably about, I would guess it's probably somewhere around 15, 16 feet. I should measure it to be sure, to see what it is. I am happy with that. Again, this is my favorite area to activate Galveston Island State Park here. So when I'm here doing activations, which I'm about to do right now, I will have access to the mesh at the house and be able to send messages back and forth. In fact, I should have had my wife connect to it, but oh well. Maybe we'll do that next time. So guys, check the links in the description below. Very happy with this Spec5 Relay. I put a couple of pictures of it, of the install, on Instagram yesterday. Got a lot of really good feedback. One guy came along and said, man, I've been running one for the last year and it's never lost power. With the solar panel and the battery that's running it, it's never lost power. So I'm interested to see how long the power will last on this one. Probably a lot, because we get a lot of sun down here on the coast. So I'm really happy with this. Gonna put another one up at the house, gonna put another one up at the hunting lease, and we'll go from there. Let me know what outdoor Meshtastic node you're using. If you're using one outdoors with a solar panel or whatnot, let me know what it is. Put a comment below. Love to hear from you on that. Making a video about best Meshtastic outdoor solar panel nodes as we speak right now too. So 73 guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the Mesh Network.